What do you guys think of YouTube kind of doing away with the thumbs down button? I mean, that's kind of lame, right? Because we should be able to thumbs up and thumbs down videos at will. Then you kind of at least have a gauge of like, oh, what do people think about this video? You just got thumbs up, you're like, oh, a whole bunch of people like this video, I guess. Or maybe there's no thumbs ups, you're like, oh, this video doesn't have any kind of traction. I mean, you keep just taking away the information until you almost have no information. Because when YouTube started way back in the day, I'm talking like 2006, 2007 time frame, like you had a star rating. I don't know if there was ever a 10-star rating, but there was at least a 5-star rating. That was crazy. And that would be all over the place. You'd never see all 10s. It was funny. Like, no one ever rated something through the moon, you know. There was no Dog Nation or anything. It was nothing was mooning. But there were high ratings. But you had all kinds. You had so many choices. You either had like, you could choose a bunch of different stars. I think up to 10. I want to say it started with a 10-star rating, then bumped down to a 5-star rating, and then when Google bought the whole thing out, because they were losing the video war, if you want to call it. I don't know if you remember. This is like some like internet history for you. Internet history trivia time. Ding ding ding. Anyhow, back in the day, like when you had like kind of a war going. There was Vimeo, but it was like, that was kind of on the side shot. That was like a paid premium service. They were really going for the extra premium model, trying to get people who are willing to pay to list videos. And there's their niche. There's a niche for that. They're still around. They got paid subscribers. I don't know what the books look like, but that's a side note. The real battle was YouTube and Google, and Google just was getting hammered. But it doesn't matter because Google is huge. And if you can't play nice with Google, they'll just end up buying you. Yeah. So that's what happened. Like Google ended up buying YouTube, which at the time was like one of the biggest deals, like biggest blockbuster buy of the century. I think YouTube got purchased for something like $2 billion, or like a little bit over $2 billion. And at the time, that was a massive evaluation. Like, what? And it's still big. That's still big for a private sale. I mean, now you got IPOs that like are valued in the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 billion dollars, which is just bananas. But for a private sale, like $2 billion, that's solid. That's even solid by today's efforts on a private buy. But like, yeah, the numbers are gotten kind of crazy now. But yeah, Google bought YouTube. It's like, yep, YouTube's winning this battle, and doesn't matter what Google did. Like they could try and, not that they did, but they can kind of, you know, tweak their search results all they want to try and get Google videos in there. But in the end, you know, it was like YouTube. People were loving it. It was like YouTube Nation. That was pretty good. You see that? It did a stall. But it wasn't gonna last forever. I'm not some kind of circus bear. Went to the cherry farm over there the other day on the left side over there. It was not bad. There was a lot of shriveled up cherries. I didn't check other cherry farms, so I can't say it was just their fault. It might just be the season. Cherries just might not have had a good year, a good run. But we found some good cherries, but you had to do more work. Like I didn't go last year because of the pandemic, but 2019 was solid cherry year. I mean, they were just falling off the tree ripe almost. Not that you'd pick them up off the ground, but they were like, that was a good cherry season in 2019 in Brentwood, California. 2021 was okay. You just had to do a little bit more work. Just don't be lazy. You still find the cherries, it just take longer. But it was cool. Mix of like light color cherries, almost like white cherries, and then the red cherries. And then some green cherries, which weren't quite ripe. But I like those sour cherries. It was cool. It was cool. No problem. Strawberry picking, no thanks. I don't like to crawl on the ground. I like to be under the shade of a cherry tree. When my buddies today at work asked me, is that an R1? I was like, Ah, no, no. This is a CBR 1000 double R. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I don't know if you guys follow my IG, but on the Instagram, you'll see a few pictures of this. This is the CBR 1000 double R with Rhino liner. Some people are like, what? That's super crazy. Almost everyone's like, what? That's super crazy. I didn't do it. I bought it this way. But I don't mind it. It's grown on me. It's very unique. So I keep riding. I keep rolling with it. But on that note, it doesn't have any labeling on it. So I'll probably throw on some YB Guy stuff. YB Guy flare sometime here, but yeah, there's no Honda labels or anything on it, so yeah, so it's to the naked eye it's a little hard to tell unless you know your Hondas, but you can try and find the VIN label and that tells you what it is and all that good stuff. That's kind of cool. Yep. This is the Amazon truck that looks like a UPS truck. Crazy. I just started seeing those rolling around. They used to roll around in all those Dodge Sprinter vans or the Mercedes vans. But now they're starting to get full on like UPS truck style. I'm like, what? They're going head to head, toe to toe. I don't know if they're doing a third-party service yet, but they probably got enough Amazon stuff to deliver around. That's how big Amazon is. They're a beast. Just a beast. 1 trillion plus valuation company. Yup. Right, all right, all right.